Guys, what is up? We're working on the tractor and I need a little help. I've got some progress going here, but I'm stuck. So we cleaned out our fuel pump and it was full of shit. So I got it completely cleaned out and now it's pumping fuel. I had the fuel filter off. The fuel line was pumping fuel into here. It was leaking all over the place. So I'm sitting here pumping it. I've got this nut cracked up here. So I should be getting fuel through the top here. I'm pumping like crazy. But nothing's coming out. And I've been doing it now for about 15, 20 minutes. So give me the answer or I'm lighting this tractor on fire. No, so I've got the fuel pump here and then the fuel filter here. This is my first fuel filter down to my second fuel filter. So this is my primary fuel filter. And I'm pumping and I clean this out and I've got fuel now coming all the way up and coming out. Yeah, I'm bleeding it right now. That is what I'm trying to do anyway. So I've got fuel to this. I put this back on. Babe, I might light it on fire. Yeah, it's diesel fuel. I put this back on and now I'm pumping and the manual says to loosen this nut here and then continue pumping until I get all of the air bubbles out and I'm getting fuel out here. I have the manual, Eli. Yeah, VC Coins Nevada, I've got air all in the system, so I'm beginning in the system. So I've got fuel here, I've got fuel in here, and I've got fuel to here. Is it possible that I have this on too tight to where it would stop fuel flow, or am I just... I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know why I'm not getting fuel out of here. I should be getting fuel out of here after pumping it, and I'm pumping like crazy. It was gummed up with so much stuff. You guys will see in the video, there was an unbelievable amount of stuff inside the fuel pump. Did you fill the filter first? No, I did not. I have no fuel in the filter. Lady T, are you talking about this line? Because I've got fuel all the way through this line. Oh, I need to fill the filter first? The one on the left, this line here. I haven't cracked it yet. The manual says to get it here, get it filled up, and then move to my next filter. I gotta fill it first. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. If it is running out of the other line, it won't. Oh, I gotcha. Like I'm running right underneath it. Okay. Grab a straw and start sucking. Sir. Wise words. All right, let's get in here really quick and we'll crack this line. I've been pumping it honestly so long that it I wouldn't be surprised if it's already full. Wrenching on a tractor. Could use a third hand. Someone come hold my camera. These, I don't know what's up with these lines, but they're stuck. They wiggle, but they won't come out because I tried to take this one all the way out of both. Yeah, babe, help me out. I need a third hand. So that's pretty loose right there. I imagine that we'd get fuel coming out of there. Let's give it some pumps. What's up, babe? You're gonna have to read what is being said though, so I can work through it.
If it's primed, it'll come out to second filter.
If it's primed, it'll come out to the second filter. I know, but I need to fill this first filter. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. We're going back a step. I'm gonna take the fuel filter off. Let me go grab some diesel. I'll take the fuel filter off and we'll fill it with diesel and then put it back in. Hey, Deegan, grab me a cup real quick. Yeah. What are we saying? What are we saying?
She's pregnant. Of course she's watching in comfort. I was inside just getting done with lunch.
Hold that real fast. Put it on the ground and hold it.
Lady T Survival says, an old gas engine, sometimes the fuel that manually pushes the fuel pump, making the fuel pump work, gets froze up or bent and won't push what it needs to push. That's right, moral support.
All right, hang on a second. Deegan, don't drink it. It's Mountain Dew. All right, I need my other wrench.
Do you have starter fluid?
Yeah, we're not there though.
Hi, Shaw's Prospect.
Okay, I'm hearing a lot of air coming out So as I'm undoing this, guys, releasing pressure, I'm starting to get dripping here, and I heard a bunch of air come out of here.
Woohoo.
So does that mean this thing is full? Do I still want to take it off?
Go, Dixie, go.
Do I still want to take this off? Air bubbles probably filtering. VC Coins Nevada says take it off. Check it to make sure it's full. Okay, we're taking it off.
You guys are awesome help. Thank you so much. The town time said maybe close enough then. Check it, says Beach Family Homestead. We're checking it. 51 of you guys jumped in here for this. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Oh, we're pretty full.
Then you will have to check the second filter to make sure, to make sure it's full as well. Won't hurt to check. I agree, make sure the fuel filter is full.
Here, Deegan, give me the bees, buddy.
Shaw's Prospecting says, call me next week if you don't get it running. Either just may get it to fire long enough to clear the lines. Eli, 52 in here now. 53 now. Awesome, guys. Thank you. It's a good sign, Tanya Metz says. Sorry, I'm reading comments and forgetting to show what Chad's doing.
Holy shit, that would have taken forever. All right, hold that, buddy.
Because you were just pumping it in there?
Yeah. Now I'm spilling it everywhere.
Gonna need a shower after this, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Don't put it on tight or you will have the same problem. Have a feeling if you don't have it running by next week, it'll be burnt already. LOL. On the right track now. Less pumping now.
So it's tight.
Does anyone know if he should turn it over with the line really open to get air out and then tighten it? Tighten.
I shouldn't have to do that until we make it over to the mechanical or the electric pump. So guys, I have my mechanical pump here to pump into these two filters. And once we go over to the other side of the tractor, it goes into my electric pump. And then from there, I should be able to start cranking. When it gets to the electric pump, I should be able to start cranking to get it up into the injectors. Okay, so that's full. That's full. We know that's full. So do I open this now and then pump a little more and get the rest of the air out, or are we good to go to the next?
Lady T says before he turns it over, the system has to be primed, otherwise he will end up burning up his starter.
Yeah.
That's right, Chad.
What's right?
Well, I don't know. I had to read that one. Dad says you're good there. Go on to the next step. Don't tighten or tight. Too tight.
Good. Okay, good there. So we're on to the next fuel filter, and then we're pumping.
Yes, pump more. Beach Family Homestead. Your electric pump should pull fuel through.
Okay.
Can you hear Electra's fuel pump running?
I have no, it's not turned on.
And you might have to bleed the injectors as well.
Right, we're not there yet. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We're on to fuel pump number 2.
It's a manual fuel pump, Lady T says. Maybe. Kicking some butt on it, Chad. Good job. I love that we learn with you. Thank you, Tanya. That's so nice. I can tell you this has definitely been super frustrating for Chad, but he's sticking with it. Greg says, my experience has been days to work on it is the coldest day or the hottest day. Either will work. Once you have the days worked out, everything else falls into place.
Okay, so I have the top screw cracked. Does it need to be all the way off or just cracked? We're pumping. We're looking for fuel.
Lady T says, I think it's a manual fuel pump anyway, but it may be electric. I'm not sure. I'm just reading all of this is foreign language to me, so I don't know what's helpful and what's not. The manual pump lets you get it primed, then electric will work when running. Bleed the fuel line to the electric pump inlet.
Do I want to...
Just cracked and pump.
Do I want to pull the fuel filter, the secondary fuel filter off as well and fill it? Same as the first?
Cracked Beach Family Homestead says. Those fuel smells aren't good for baby. I'm not too close. I'm not smelling it. Do you feel any pressure when pumping?
No. It feels the same as it always does.
Ladies, he says yes. Might need second filter off. Don't. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Prime the second filter as well. Yep.
Okay. So we're taking the second filter off. Deacon, can you get me another cup of fuel?
Yeah. Never take the second filter off, is what the lone wolf said.
Come on, man.
Baby will have a good sense of mechanical work when he arrives.
So we are taking the secondary fuel filter off. Lone wolf threw me for a loop.
Chad took the
feed. Are we priming? Guys, are we priming the second one? Do I need to pull it? Fill second filter. LOL. Lila, come on. If it ran, dry prime second. Yes. All right, we're pulling the second one off. So all of these fuel fill will be empty. And since we have fuel to here, and not anything coming in here to take them off.
Everyone, for the most part, agrees.
You gotta push the black thing down and then... EA assholes, they really fucked up the...
Just a Ghost offers $40 for your tractor. Let's take it, babe. Let's take the money and run.
For $40, I'd blow it up for the entertainment.
Right? That'd be some good YouTube stuff, right? You need pressure in the fuel line and make sure you have no air in line. The Lone Wolf says, I work in a mechanics shop and we recommend don't take it off. You might have problems with the injectors.
It's already been taken off.
After the lines will still have air in them and they will be needing to be bled off, but filling the filters makes it bleed out air better and faster. It's a pressurization process. It's several little steps to get there. It's like a tractor C-section. I like that one.
Okay, we got really good fuel over here.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can
I got
show.
this cup for no reason.
Why isn't it releasing?
Oh, there it
Oh,
goes.
there she goes.
I would say crack lines, add injectors, and start priming beginning to end. All air will bleed.
Okay. Boy, that is dirty for a new filter.
Patience, you are getting there.
Okay, this one has. Babe, move. This one has.
It's my belly. I can't move it.
Belly out of the way. This one has quite a bit of fuel to it, guys. So I think we did the right step by priming that first one, or filling it up.
Once you get fuel into the filters and think you are ready, crack lines, add injectors. Air will bleed.
This thing's gonna fire today. I can smell it. All right, buddy.
69 people watching and only 22 likes. Y'all hit that like button to show your support for this awesome channel. Oh, thanks, good old boy. We would really appreciate that.
Okay. Filter 2 on me.
Lady T says, when you get all the filters filled, then crack and fill it full. Bleeding the lines may take several attempts. I can hear the frustration in voice. Really? Air is fuel line's worst nightmare. Lots of old tarnish, it looks like.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have had any because I replaced all of these lines.
Now that
Although, you know what, I take it back because if you weren't in here in the beginning, I cleaned up that fuel pump and it was just, half of it was full of shit, full of sediment and rust and crap. So I've probably been pumping small amounts in and through all this stuff.
Now that you have two filter off and the lines are tight to the first filter, pump it and see if you get fuel through that line to the second filter.
Dad, do you want me to dump the rest of this in the tank?
No, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Hang on, what was that comment?
Now that you have two filter off and the lines are tight to the first filter, pump it and see if you get fuel through that line to the second filter. Just a ghost. Okay, now I'm back up to $500. Getting closer.
$500 for one filter full?
Yep, after filters is injectors. Third, pray, fourth, cuss. We might have skipped to that one a little bit sooner than that. These diesel engines hate air. Charles, 550.
Hey.
We're getting somewhere. This is why I don't work on diesels. I don't have that much patience. Wait, stop, Jason says. Oh. I gotta go get a phone charger, Deegs. Can you hold this for your dad or not while you're holding that too?
I got two hands. I can hold it.
Put that
Okay.
fuel down, buddy.
Can you put it in a safe spot?
Okay.
Somewhere where the chickens keep drinking.
All right.
Okay.
Just turning into the stream. What has he been tried? What has he tried?
We tried to light it, but we ran out of flame. So now we're gonna try and fix it.
Well, that's dangerous.
Okay, so
Can you hold this?
I need a
Okay.
towel. Do you see my towels? Oh, you're hiding them.
Okay, I'll be back in with.
All right, guys. So we've got to go to the other side of the tractor.
Can't see anything.
We got to go to the other side of the tractor because fuel lines run over. Okay, so we got fuel here. We're full fuel here. Fuel coming over. We just filled up our secondary fuel filter. So are we good to run over to that other side? We're going over to the other side. All right, let me tighten this nut back in. Okay. All right, stand by, guys. You're gonna have to stay here, buddy. And then you're gonna have to pump that. All right, so get off my tractor. Here's our fuel lines coming through. So now we want to, fuel lines coming through to our electric pump. So I think we want to start with this one. Start pumping, bud. Okay, Lance, we got first filter primed, second filter primed. We got lines coming through to here. This is our lower port. So this should be my next step for fuel flow. Is that correct, guys? Does that sound about right? Go ahead and pump, Deegan.
I am.
I should be, might take a while. Correct. Okay, we're looking good. All right, just keep pumping, buddy. Make sure you go all the way up. Yeah, guys, both fuel filters are filled up.
Is anything happening?
Not yet, we're watching it. Give me that chair, love. Oh, yeah, you better get that battery. It's gonna die.
Is it working?
Yeah, should be good.
Uh-oh. Is it going?
You wanna come over on this side?
And hold it.
Yeah, and just keep holding it, and then
Dad says don't tighten down too hard. Crack the fuel line open. Did you want me to go up?
no. Nothing's tight. We've got everything. Are you guys talking about the fuel filters? Don't tighten the fuel filter down too tight.
Hand primer seems ineffective. Start cranking injectors while cranking. Keith wants to know what's happening.
Who said to start cranking?
Bear paw timber.
Okay, but I don't have fuel coming to my electric pump. So can I still crank if I don't have fuel coming to the electric pump?
Tanya says she agrees with bear paw. Chad, crack the inlet line to the fuel pump. You need to ensure fuel flow into the pump first via the lines. No, no, no is what everyone's saying.
No, don't do that.
No, you'll burn up the electric pump. Can you prime the electric pump?
So we're trying to prime the electric pump right now. So these are my fuel lines coming over here. These, oh, sorry, you guys can't see. These two right here are my fuel lines. This is my first nut. Should I open this up? The electric pump needs the diesel as lubricant.
Too many chefs in the kitchen. You guys are awesome. 76 people in here and giving so much advice. We really appreciate it, you guys. Only while trying to start it.
Now pump and get fuel to that point. Okay, Deegan's over there pumping. Are you pumping, D?
Yep.
Is it possible for me to fill this right here, guys? Can I put diesel in this if I pour into this port? Trying to wrench and read. Think is the flow least resistant, bleed the lines from the tank to each fuel system component. Yeah, Lance, that's where we're at, man. But we've got to get fuel pumped all the way through. And then basically these lines should be the only thing full of air at this point. All right, baby, take that real quick. I gotta get 2 hands on this.
You can put fuel in pump, Keith says. Make sure there isn't a green filter under that big inlet nut to the pump, of the pump. John R. says another easy way to get the fuel flowing is to pressurize it from the tank opening.
Oh, shit.
Why did you say?
I lost that rubber gusset off of this thing.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
That looks homemade.
You have fuel in second filter, no fuel here at inlet, so this line has a blocked whether air or otherwise. This line between second filter and this point is blocked. Don't pressurize the tank. Can you remove the power line to the electric pump and use a mechanic pump to get fuel to the electric? Real Mom Life says, did you hear air coming out of that one?
No, I don't hear anything.
Lance says it will take a lot of pumping, buddy. Put your thumb over that port while Deegan is priming. See if you have any pressure. Any fuel leaking? What I just explained moves the fuel through the lines and pushes out the air. The fuel tank is above the engine. The fuel should flow below the tank. Is there a fuel shut off? Is it off? It can blow up if there's blockages. It will take a lot of pumping if it ran out of fuel. Was it off?
Wait, so no, I want to shut it off. So that's off.
If no fuel to injector pump, then you have zero fuel pressure from any pumps. Yes, you can pressurize the tank with only a few pounds of air. That is the inlet right, not the outlet.
So I don't want to pressurize the fuel tank.
If no fuel or air at your current point, move back to previous point, Lance says.
Okay, but I don't have a previous point. I got air to my second filter, and now we're going from the second filter to these lines. So this should be my next component. Know what I mean?
Hidden Valley Homestead says, I can't wait to see black smoke. You could just blow into it, LOL. Agreed. Pressurize the fuel tank with maybe 4 psi.
How the hell am I supposed to do that, guys?
He should have fuel flowing slowly without needing to pressurize. Remove that line at the second filter and see if you can push air through just the line. See if the
PSI.
Can we bring your chair back?
Hold that real quick. All right, guys, what can I do over here? Am I missing a step over here? There's not flow, so the line is blocked. So we're thinking that this line is clogged. So should I open up these ports to see if we're getting fuel coming out right here? Keith, on this side, we've got our fuel line coming down to our fuel pump, up to our fuel filter, which we filled all the way, and we know we're getting fuel up that line and into the first filter. We filled the filter all the way up, and then here, and we're getting fuel down this line well. So we know we're getting fuel to here. So I think you guys said yes. Crack these ones right here to make sure we're getting fuel coming out of them. Those are new lines. Correct. Okay. Shelby, can you get to where you can see?
I will do my best.
Okay. You hold that too, babe.
Always start at the first filter, open a fitting, leading into it, and move to the second. I didn't hear that.
We did that.
Real mom life said I didn't hear that.
Okay. What?
Do you still want me to be pumping?
Yeah, but you actually have to pump it all the way up.
With all lines and filters, tighten if fuel comes out. First filter bleeding, then go to the second bleeder. If coming out there, check line to electric pump. Keith says a line that goes to pump and apply air to see if it is blocked. Once we have fuel there, then work on the line that goes to the inlet. Chad, it sounds like the actual mechanics are saying to check that line.
The one that I'm
Tanya
checking?
said that, yeah.
All right, we're working on it. If this line is clogged in any way, this is going to be the hardest line to replace on the tractor.
You can check for blockage with the line you're disconnecting now with compressing air. You have fuel at filter, right? Keith wants to know.
Yes, we have fuel in this filter. We took it off and filled it up.
And then Bear Paw Timber says you won't get fuel out of the electric pump unless the key is on. Correct. The inlet line can be checked without pressurizing. Just disconnect it and blow through it with some air.
Hey, this thing is like glued in.
Lady T says he can't get his head in there to blow through it, guys. LOL. You don't need to worry about the pump yet. We need to get fuel to the first pump. I love how you guys are saying we, like we are in this together. That's awesome.
Well, we are getting pissed off.
We are getting pissed off.
Okay, guys, so this, like I was explaining to you before, I don't know what's up with these fittings, but this thing is in there. I mean, it will not come out. I'm pulling on it. It will not come out. And I don't know if it's just because this tractor's so old that it's been buried in here for 40 some years, and so the metal is just expanded and is in place, or what. But as you can see, I've got this completely loosened up, but I can't pull. So what do I do?
Do you need water or anything, babe?
No, I'm all right.
To top it all off, Chad is on the verge of letting his back go out. So I'm trying to baby him and make sure he's not overdoing it.
Okay, what about, you guys, what about pulling out the fuel? If I go over to the electric fuel pump and I put fuel into it, and then I start to crank it, will it use that fuel to then suck the line through? Or will I then be running too much air through? Paul asked if the line is over tightened and crushed in there. All of these lines are how they were. they're how they were when we got them, and this tractor ran when I got it. So you guys are saying no on sucking it through. Wouldn't it suck the air through and then the filter? Couldn't we just continue to put fuel into the pump, and then it should start to suck through? It should suck the air and then suck the fuel, right? Air will damage it. I mean, but you guys look at, this is how much air we've got, you know, is just from here. Is that much air gonna damage it?
This is so tiring.
All right, I'm gonna tighten that back up because I don't think it's doing anything. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Can you come hold this? I gotta get my second hand in there.
You can put fuel in pump, just watch for air bubble. It shouldn't damage it any worse than it is, Keith said. We are not even at the pump yet. You can't get air in this system yet. Single man air and any line won't damage anything air compresses. Fuel must be under pressure for it to draw fuel in, the one hung low says. John R., like someone mentioned, is there a screw above the fitting? If so, loosen it to bleed it out. Lady T, check each point starting from the fuel pump. Crack open the lines at each juncture and pump. Uh-oh. Where'd it go?
So
and pump and see if fuel flows. Work your way down the line until you find the blockage.
I can't imagine that too much. I don't know. I guess enough crap could have made it through both fuel filters.
Maliki, is that how you say it? Seems to know. Malachi seems to know what's happening, Shelby. I would focus on what he's saying. Okay. Good advice. John R., where his hands are. Jason,
We're
sweet.
talking here though, right? Are we talking this fuel or this? See, I don't know where this line goes to. That's a top. Let me look at this real quick.
Yeah, I think I found where those two.
That runs to the top of every single injector. Oh, is it an overflow? It's an overflow. I think it's an overflow. So that line at the top of the fuel filter, it comes up and it goes into every single one of my ports, my injection ports, and it dumps off the backside. And then it has another tube coming right up into the top of the fuel tank. So is that just an overflow? And does that need to be bled, or is that... Okay, hold on, buddy. Let's see. Let's go back to this first one.
The bleed screw above the line you are doing up should release it. Lady T says, yes, it's overflow and it does not need to be bled as well.
Okay.
Jason, could suck blockage into pump. Lance, can you tighten all connections and pump the manual pump? Does it feel like it's building any pressure? Dennis, crack the engine with the inlet line, lose the fuel, should start flowing out the line. Lady T, it does not. Uh-oh. Malachi, no, it won't because he has no flow to the inlet of the pump.
Well, the only thing I can think is to suck it through.
Old man Bob, let's hit the road.
Old man Bob, thank you, sir.
He said to put water in your fuel line.
There goes the dick.
We need to get fuel to the pump inlet with the second filter, Malachi says.
Need to get fuel, what? Into the second?
Whoa. We need to get fuel to the pump inlet from the second filter.
Yeah.
SP says, good call, Chad. Tanya says yes. John R., if none of the above works, then put it down with your 44. Small block says yes, like Malachi.
No, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do to get it there.
All these guys are wishing that they could get their hands on this tractor.
I feel like our only option at this point is to try and suck it through. Right? Like, I mean, what can we hurt? We filled up all these lines with air when we ran it dry.
Charles G
Right.
says, loosen each injector one at a time and turn the engine over till you get fuel. Then tighten that line, then go to the next one till all lines has been primed. Malachi says, you have fuel to this point, so the line from here to the inlet we need to get flow to. Shaw's Prospecting says, I'm free after next Wednesday.
I'm not 100% sure that my field pump, my manual pump, is doing a fantastic job. I mean, it was pumping to the first one. We filled up the second filter.
SP says, yes, suck it through. Robin Yeager says, yes, we are. Oh.
Let me send this guy real quick. Let me just see if maybe we got like an airlock.
Lance says, Chad, maybe try bumping the engine over, then crack the line to bleed at the electric pump.
Okay, but shouldn't I add some fuel to the electric pump first? Right? Like that couldn't hurt.
Malachi, okay, so that should be working, then you need to get flow from the outlet to the second filter to the inlet of the actual pump. Keith Witt says yes.
Okay.
Lady T gave us $2 for your tractor repair fund. Thank you, Lady T. Looks like we're going to be needing it.
Gonna buy me one beer.
Which is just as important.
Okay, but bring that over here.
Robin says you should invite all of us over and have a spring beer. We would all solve the problem or not.
Have a good time trying.
That's an awesome idea. Tanya says, by now I would have just bought a new fuel line in between the filters. Lance says you can put it... What? Lance says you can put it... Wait. You can, but if you have already ran it dry, it shouldn't harm anything anymore, so... Yep, gotta work from tank out. Malachi says, once you have flow out of the line to the inlet, then you can prime the pump and bleed from there. One hung low. How empty is the fuel tank by volume?
The fuel tank is probably a third of the tank is full. So we should have plenty of fuel.
Single man, just pull start it. Might take a mile or so.
It's the black box, the black toolbox, the yellow plastic one. It's got screws in it. It's got two
Chad's sending Deegan on a task to find something.
filters in the bottom. Right at the top rack. Alright. We have to entertain him for a second. I gotta go find a filter.
Oh boy. Do you have a service manual, Chad?
I do, and everything that we're doing, the pumping the lines through is what it says to do.
All right, guys. Hang in there with us if you can. He's got to go run off to find some parts and pieces and stuff. Hold on to all your comments because I won't be able to go back and read all of them if you guys can. Thank you, Tower Time. Hopefully we're on the right track. This tractor has been so much fun. But you guys helping is a huge blessing. Thank you guys so much. We've got all of our baby chickens out here. Oh, Lila, for the fun, thank you so much. $5 super chat. We sure do appreciate it. I'm glad you love the old Ferguson tractors, Shaw's prospecting. He's back.
Hold that cup, buddy.
Keith, I wish I was there to help. Keith, we wish you were here to help.
Yeah.
Lunch is over. Good luck. Thanks for being with us, V-Coins, Nevada. Small block Fuelie says, disconnect power to the electric pump, disconnect the inlet line to the electric pump, turn over the engine and see if you can get fuel to the electric pump. Blow on that tank, brother, by mouth, much easier if it's near full. Tanya, Chad would have found dynamite and blown it to bits if he wasn't so patient. True. Lance, hold tight. I know how aggravating it can be. Remember, old equipment sometimes needs all new parts. Malachi, but there's no flow out that line, so the problem is between the second filter and the electric pump. Lance, small block, I agree. Disconnect power to pump.
Disconnect. I don't even see a power line running to it. An electrical.
Nicholas says, on the second filter, did you install it correctly? I have seen guys put the O-ring on the filter instead of on the filter housing, and that flow going out of the filter.
That one had, it has a O-ring, quick. It has an O-ring that goes on top of the filter, and it also has an O-ring that goes up in the very top. Should I take the O-ring off of the filter? Is that what we're thinking? This could be a problem, the guys. This theory right here might be a problem. It's a possibility, because I changed those filters, and clearly I know what I'm doing.
That would almost seem like an easy fix.
That would be a really easy fix.
Malachi, in my opinion, that is where the block is, the second filter. 2.5 acres says, hey y'all. The tower time won't hurt to look.
Let's go. We're gonna go explore that, because that makes sense. Because every time I had it loose, I could pump fuel, and then it seemed like as soon as I tightened the filter back up, it would stop. So that could be our issue.
Ooh, let's hold our breath or cross our fingers or do something crazy.
Let's cross our breath.
Sounds like there's a bunch of non-helpful suggestions happening. Uh-oh. I think we've gotten lots of help. I don't know much, but we appreciate you guys being here.
That theory makes sense to me.
Okay, Malachi, and that is why no fuel is coming out of the electric pump inlet line. That makes sense. I'm crossing my breath.
Our pump it might not actually be working, or it's working, but we're not actually getting pumped because of the O-rings.
The tower time says Nick may have nailed it. Yay! Let's hope. You guys are awesome. Should I get behind you better to get an angle? We have 81 people in here. Thank you so much, you guys.
We want to take that one off, because I know that there's one up in here. Boy, I feel like we need that O-ring though. Hold that a shot. Hold on.
All right. Well, you need to pay attention to how you install a filter. Always make sure you have everything in its proper position in place. Robin Yeager says, if Nick is right, he deserves a duck. Heck yeah, he does.
Yeah. Okay,
Michael, when you take filter off, use the hand pump to see if you have fuel coming to second filter.
Okay, so it's off. Oh, I turned off the fuel.
Most of us are actually help here, regardless of opinions. That is so true. Put a light coat of oil on the rubber O-ring to make sure
Hey,
it
look.
doesn't bind.
Look, guys, okay? It's shooting out. Okay, so it's filling up. Do I need to take this O-ring off?
Tower says good. One hung low, leave the fuel on. Charles G, no. Beach Family Homestead says
Good what?
single man says no.
Leave it on or take it off? Don't take it off? We need a clear-cut question. Okay,
Answer.
do I take
Or
this
maybe question.
do I take this O-ring off?
If you had rusty gunk going through your system, you might find your injectors clogged and would need at least check them. Would need to at least check them. Lady T, okay guys, I gotta go. Good luck.
Oh no.
I know you can work through it. Thank you, Lady T. We
Okay.
appreciate it. Charles says leave it on.
Okay, but there's an O-ring here. But there's an O-ring up in here as well already.
Yes, take that one out of the filter is what Nicholas said, and he's the one that had the...
Okay. All right, Nick.
I lost connect. Is there flow now to at this point? Malachi asked. Yes, right? Beach
Yeah,
says...
we've got flow to here.
Beach says, no, leave prong on or it will suck air again. Real Mom Life says, yes, Malachi. Oh, yes, it has the flow. The tower time O-ring on the housing only. Charles G, leave both on. Uh-oh, we've got conflicting. Nicholas is the one that said that he had a friend that had done it wrong and it wasn't working.
Honestly, this connection, that to me looks like that should be in there. Right? Doesn't that seem like it should have an O-ring in there, guys? Maybe not. I'm stupid. Who knows? Here. Hold that there. Put it back on. It's not going to hurt anything. We need some more fuel, D.
OMG, you
Oh, I got
double
it.
O-ringed.
Don't you OMG me,
That was bear paw timber.
Bear Paw.
Leave it on, Brett Gordon says. Leave that there, Beach Family Homestead. Kevin Fogg, yes. Such conflicting. Doesn't hurt to try it, right?
And why am I leaving?
Filter
Oh,
needs
fuck.
O-ring. Uh-oh.
Shoot.
Is that why it needs an O-ring? Only one O-ring in the center.
Man.
Does the housing ring line up with the filter ring? Remove O-ring from housing.
To what?
No filter. Remove, Lance says remove O-ring from housing. No filter. Lance, there are two. He put one in the house and on filter.
Put one. He's saying take the one off the housing, not off the filter.
Tanya says, guys, it wasn't getting fuel. Take it off and try. You can put it back after you try it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, now we gotta fill it again, D-man.
Filter O-ring only, says Bear Paw Timber. Can I sit on this bucket?
When I got the replacement filters, guys, it actually came with 3 O-rings, though. So I do believe it needs all 3, but we're gonna...
Lance Shepard said, yes, Chad, correct. Nathan, do the 2 O-rings overlap? Nate
Yeah,
Ton.
there's already one up in there, though.
Deegan, could you go grab Mom a chair?
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
Mhm.
One hung low, only one O-ring in the center. John R., so simple, even a caveman can do it.
Love it. We'll see.
Bear Paw Timber, one O-ring for canister, one O-ring for filter seat. Jason, if you don't work, then bypass that filter with rubber line, then it starts boom, found issue. I like the boom found issue. Let's do that.
Okay.
Tanya, yes, Jason.
Okay, guys, so I've tightened this on now, spraying, which I couldn't hear before.
Ooh.
That's good.
One hung low says, God, I wish I was there too. Single man said, or Sasquatch, LOL.
I think we might have figured it out. I think I clogged. I think I had too many O-rings up in there, and it was stopping this from flowing. Here, we should be able to crack this then and see if it fills, right?
We all wish we were there, John R. says. Everyone cross your breath. I think we need to make like a t-shirt or something out of that. Looks like flow holes are around the edge.
I mean, I'm pumping it, and it's not leaking, so I'm assuming we probably didn't necessarily need that second O-ring.
Try priming to the electric pump then now. Got my breath crossed and my fingers held.
Okay.
That's awesome. I could be there
Well,
for hours, but couldn't help much.
So should I do that to the second fuel filter as well then? Is take off that second O-ring, since that seems to also be where we're not getting flow.
You double O-ringed. Ha, we got this. Fire 10 minus.
Okay. Deegan, we need another diesel cup, buddy. I got
One hung low. Are you feeling pressure buildup?
I don't. I know there's still room inside this filter for some more fuel. Just put them over there, but grab me another one.
Lance says yes. Check the other filter.
Okay. I can hear it spraying though this time.
Yay. That seems good, I think.
It seems like it.
Michael, yes, it needs all 3 O-rings, but you need to have taken off all the old Orleans. You can't double O-ring. Don't be sorry that you can't help. We just appreciate you being here and your support. The tower time. Oh, my bad. Thought you were on second filter already. Can't see screen there. Yes, check both. Too many O-rings are bad. Okay, sorry, I'm back, Keith said.
Okay.
These older Massies run like tanks when they run. Sorry if I'm not getting you guys good views. This prego lady is trying to get in where I can. The belly is huge now, though. It's hard. You guys are so awesome, though. We've been in here for 60 minutes, and there's 70 people, and you guys are trying so hard to help us, and we couldn't appreciate it more. Double O-rings are bad. Blew a 350 like that. Ooh. Beach family said that.
You might fill it up.
Yeah.
John R. I'm screaming over here at our farm. Next step, start that nasty thing. Bear paw timber. If this doesn't happen, I can be there in 40 minutes with 11 days notice.
I have a hook.
Get out of your way. You're getting there, one hung low says. So we're on the second filter, removing the O-ring, right?
Yep.
I'm being supportive, drinking a beer with fingers crossed.
Like
Thanks, Jeep dude. John R., we have multiple tractors from around the world, and I deal with these issues all the time. Well, Chad is definitely learning. He's going to be able to help our kids and our grandkids with their tractors, because he's learning to become as good as you guys with your guys' help.
Okay, I'm not getting pump to my second filter.
Were you getting it before?
Well, we filled it up. We kind of skipped that step. But I know that this fuel filter is not 100% full, so it might take a minute. I can't see it though. Will you just let me know if it starts?
Spewing?
That other filter.
Will it start coming out?
Yeah, you'll see it just start to spit out the bottom.
Then the block is before that filter. Well, maybe not yet, right? Because it's not full.
Yeah, it could need to fill up a little more.
John R, no fuel at the second filter. Check the line.
Like a lot more.
Because we did have fuel there before, right? When it was full.
No. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, it was. It was rolling in.
Timothy says put the filter on and then pump with bleeder loose.
Well, I'm just trying to check to see if we're even making it to that second one. I'd just like to be able to see it spit out.
The tower time don't T-primed. I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, where's that fuel?
John R, use a compressor to blow through the line. Sue Plummer gave us a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Sue. Keith says you're doing good. Tower time, don't second, first round. At least we're in the shade right now. That's really nice. If it was in the sun, this would be not so fun.
Okay, hold that, D-man.
Okay. Paul says, crack the line from the first to the second filter. Timothy, it will suck air back if priming it when filter is down. Wait to prime the filter till filter is on it. Replace filter, fill it first.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sugar.
Can you get that, bud?
Here, I'll hold this. Get a flashlight and see if the hole where the filter is clogged with something. We dropped a wrench. Sue, it's not much, but put it toward yourself, not the baby. Everyone gives to the baby, but the mom gets lost in all the baby stuff. Oh, thank you, Sue. That's so sweet. Try leaving it alone for an hour, then try to prime. I have a feeling it's the carb float. Can you come grab this back, Deeks?
Yeah.
Lance, got disconnected. I'm back. Did the second filter have double O-rings?
Yes. God damn it.
Bear Paw Timber says you do require 3 O-rings, 1 filter, 1 canister, 1 suction. Am I crazy, folks? No doubt this is an air intake issue. Keith, you have a piece of wire to run through line back to first filter. Run through line back to first filter.
Well, I mean, shouldn't it leak? If we needed that O-ring, shouldn't it be leaking?
Lance says, okay, tighten then pump. The tower time, you got baling wire. Beach, not gas diesel. Uh-oh. Tower time says, yep, it should leak.
Okay, but we're not leaking.
It will leak under pressure, Keith says.
Okay. Well, at least if it does that, we'll know.
Save yourself 4 hours and pressurize the fuel tank.
As I don't have the ability to turn on an air compressor and fill it with air. And I don't know how to even do it. Okay. me loosen this other nut.
John R says, all right, who was swearing at this job? Oh, wait, sorry, everyone, that was me. Oh, my goodness.
You can pump this for you.
Guinea key. Oh, Robin Yeager just gave us a $20 super chat for your tractor or beer. Thank you so much, Robin.
Pump it, bud. All the way up.
Is it easy to prime or loose?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely not resistance to it, but I mean, you're feeling the spring tension. It doesn't feel like we're fighting anything.
Paul says the O-ring you removed definitely blocked the flow. There might be more blocks though. My goodness, Guinea Keats. It may take me a few minutes to get there since it's in Pennsylvania, but I can't take it anymore. It's probably one of those things where you just like can feel it rather than explain it. Hidden Valley Homestead chat, if you get it running, you got to drive it to the meetup. If there's pressure on the prime handle, the fuel pump rod is broke. If there's no pressure on the prime,
Well, it's definitely working because we've got it to pump. So we saw it pumping out of this. So we know it's pumping.
will it run on ether?
Ether.
Ether?
We're not there yet, guys. We got to get fuel to that other side. Otherwise, it's just going to suck some air.
Yes, I can do it, and so can you guys. I think that guy's got to go.
I'm going to get the boot. Who got the boot?
He's talking about his, like, previous porn days or something. I don't know.
Go back to school.
Buy another fuel tank filler cap and drill a hole to insert a tire valve stem, then pump with a bicycle tire pump. Saves most of this BS.
Oh no.
What?
Guys.
What?
I forgot to turn the fuel pump.
You're kidding, Chad.
I forgot to turn the petcock back on. We've
What do
been
you
pumping
mean?
nothing.
What does that mean?
We've been pumping nothing.
the whole time?
No, ever since we took this one off.
Oh boy.
Holy jeez.
Shaw's prospecting is laughing. Do you have the bleeder valve cracked open?
Yes. Bleeder valve is cracked. The fuel is on. My bad.
When did you turn it back off?
We turned it off when we put this filter on, so we're not...
Oh my heck, hilarious, Keith says. What are you smoking, LOL, Mike V says.
Guys, I've been at this for a while.
He has been at it for a long time, like seriously, all day. Oh, Chad. Owen CSI Hobby Farm, laughing, crying faces. I've done that too many times. Don't feel bad, LOL. John R, seriously, I said that a long time ago. Turn on the fuel
Well, we had it on
and leave
earlier.
it on always. You may need a break. Don't censor the Chads. Leave fuel on, you're bad. Shame, shame. Wung Hung Lo said. Oh, man. It's all the inhaled diesel fuel. What? We're going to see black smoke?
We got fuel. We got fuel leaking underneath.
What does that mean?
I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. We did
So
it.
it was the O-ring?
We did it.
Yeah.
I heard it dripping. We were doing that a while. Oh, shit. All right, guys, we got fuel all the way over.
Yay! Oh my. Human air, the problem with most mechanics. The diesel fumes. He needs a beer. Get him a bottle of water.
It was the O-rings blocking it though, guys.
Now you got to electric pump, huh?
Oh, this thing is on fire.
Nicholas needs a duck. Yes, Nicholas does need a duck.
Absolutely.
Yay! Yay! Now it's time for my favorite, 25-year-old scotch and a beer chaser. Oh, that sounds nice. Or a beer. Yes, Nick, you were correct. Crack that pig up. Eli, $2 super chat. You need a hydrant. Go get a beer. Thank you so much. Although against directions, prime her with diesel-friendly starting fuel, Bear Paw Timber says. JJ, off-grid lifestyle, hold the water for him and use a straw so he doesn't ingest diesel. Oh man, this is exciting. Small block fuelie, outstanding. Connect the pump inlet line and start cracking the injector fuel lines. Do the beer after finishing, JJ says. Beach, family homestead, Nick gets a duck. For show. Yes. Dwayne Miller, woot! Oh boy. John R., go back and look at my messages way back. I said to make sure you turn on the fuel. Well, thank you. Sorry we missed it. The tower time. Don't stop live feed till you get it running and check for leaks. Lance Shepard, all right. Real life mom, or real mom life. Now is the time to cross your breath. Yes. Rob Nelson, can't wait to see this fire up. JJ, I'm thirsty just hearing about it. Brian, just wanted to say hi from New Hampshire. Wish I was there to help you, but love y'all. Oh, thank you. We love you. Thanks for coming. One hung low. Almost there now. Woohoo! Lance, don't forget to bleed injectors one at a time. John R., you were yelling at chicken. Oh, when your comment came through, I'm so sorry. Bear Paw Timber, how about them honeybees? John R. is now the foreman. Folks, Tanya, folks, I know about this tractor issue for at least 2 weeks, so Chad has been dealing with it for at least 3 weeks. This is true. And probably a little bit longer. Are you excited? Are you hopeful?
And now I can't get this thing to screw back in.
Uh-oh.
There's a few different things on it. Once I've unscrewed it, they don't want to go.
Is it going now?
I think so.
Deeks, would you go get me a water, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a bite on my back. Really bothering me.
Ouch.
Whoa, what's happening here?
It's peeling.
Peeling. Kath Wheat, oh, Chad has been dealing with this for a long time. So what's going on?
It's not, I can't get this to thread. Sorry.
You're fine. Uh-oh. Guys, if we disconnect, it's because Chad's phone died. I'll grab my phone and get back in here.
You guys are gonna miss it.
No,
You're gonna miss it.
we won't let you miss it. Hopefully it will stay on. Says it's charging. Owen CSI Hobby Farm says duct tape solves everything as last resort, of course. One hung low, light at the end of the tunnel. The tower time. And get that rooster and alarm clock. It's actually a guinea hen and it's annoying. Marie, good luck. Thank you. Tanya, Chad is an Idaho country boy. Most are the same and fuss for a week before getting help with it. True. Keith said, okay, ain't moving. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Dean. Rob Nelson, don't worry. I just fast forwarded the video and it was running. That's awesome. So glad you can tell us that. Little Acres, is it as hot where you guys are as it is here in Oregon? Is it still not going?
Yeah, I just can't get it to seat. Oh, this is the one that had that effed up O-ring, so that's probably what I'm fighting.
I've got the other phone here, but this one says it's charging and it's not, it might not die, so hopefully it won't. Does he have fuel at the injector pump? John R. wants to know.
You can go turn off that fuel at the fuel tank again, please. Yeah, the one up in the fuel tank.
The one that was off?
I can't believe I can't thread it. Not cool.
Whatever you do, be careful not to cross thread, or I know the 44 meg is coming out. Is it just because it's so oily or gassy?
It's got pressure, like these pipes are bent a certain way, and it won't, like I can't push on the pipe to get it to go down while turning it. So if it doesn't seat just perfect, it doesn't want to go. So I'm just sitting here doing hot laps.
This is where you can use air to pressurize the fuel and move the fuel through the lines and filters. If it's still leaking and you turn off the fuel, don't forget to turn it back on. I won't reach through the screen and thread that fitting on for you. I want to reach. Thanks, John. I'm still serious about the fuel tank pressure next time this occurs, seriously. But not only a few pounds. Let's hope the tractor battery is charged up.
I don't get it.
He's having an issue with line not threading. Line nut not threading. Is it going? Did you get it?
No.
Oh, sorry. Are you gonna kill it?
Yeah, I am.
Can turn it opposite till it clicks into the thread. The tower time says. They're a pain in the butt, Keith Witt says, yelling, I'm pretty sure. JJ, you got it.
It's not even wanting to go. Okay, I think I might have got it.
Did you get it?
Just hold on a
Okay,
freaking
sorry.
second.
Keith, are you loosening? JJ, those fittings don't want to do diddly until they are aligned just right. Dean, can you pick up what Daddy's dropping? Nathan says, partially crack open top nut. Be careful not to unscrew all the way. It will loosen the line so you can manipulate it.
Crack this nut right here. Is that what he's talking about?
I don't know, ask him again.
I can crack this to thread that into that. I get that. Okay. Deacon, grab me
Clever Coin says, calm down, everyone. I'm here. And then he said, Chad, I'm going to need you to just restart it. Great job, Shelby. Don't go unappreciated. Oh, thank you, Renegade Bob. One thing for sure, he has progressed. Uh-oh, went too fast. Progressed to a different situation.
Dad, do you want a wrench?
Yeah, I need a big one.
Brett says I feel for ya.
Like a 3/4?
On other end of line is what Nathan said. Top of line, other end. Clever coin. Oh, never mind. Let's start over at the beginning. Nathan Brown nut. Missy Moo looses thought nut.
God, it's going down and then it's releasing. I'm gonna freak out. This is like the easiest thing.
Everyone's saying use duct tape. Wonder Waffles. Yes, your narration is unsurpassed. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. One hung low. Horseshoe and hand grenades. So close, buddy. Well done. Bear Paw Timber. Happy belated Mother's Day and early Father's Day, Chad. Gotta roll. Good luck to you. Thank you so much. Shaw's Prospecting. Is the threads buried up?
Bird up. No, they look fine. I think
John R says you're starting to cross thread it.
I think we're getting it actually. We got it.
Oh, we got it. Good job, Chad.
These tractor lines, they have to be lined up perfect. It's the same thing I did with the petcock, guys, and once I undid it, I couldn't reattach it and I stripped out 2.
Yay.
But we're in it.
Be careful, put pressure with another wrench on it.
That's what I was doing, but my finger is
Robin
working
says
the best.
great job.
All right, guys, we got it. Okay, Deegan, turn that fuel back on.
We got the fuel being turned back on, guys. Yoo-hoo! Owen SCI Hobby Farm. Crystal Creek Farm. Hold mouth a little to the right. Move your right foot back 3 inches.
Yeah, no doubt.
Small block. Fuely outstanding. Shaw's Prospecting. Woohoo!
Okay,
Same as an automatic training line. Off-grid lifestyle. Woohoo! One hung low. Hold your mouth right. Off-kilter homestead. I called in the big guns. 4 Blessings Farm is on the way. LOL. John R. If all else fails, JB weld it all. JJ with clapping hands. Beach Family Homestead. I need a beer. Dwayne Miller, like I said, got to hold your mouth just right. 4 Blessings Farm at NorthcountryOffgrid. What's the issue? LOL, Dwayne. Time to bleed injector lines.
Oh. Hang on. Stay here.
I like the advice of the second wrench for pressure. Oh, is your back killing? I think we had a couple.
Stay there.
Oh, okay. I'm staying here.
Oh, yes.
My back's hurting just watching. What did you say yes about?
I left these top valves cracked and they are leaking, so we are completely pressurized.
Chad, I had to go get a cold smoke. Now on with the show. Guys, we're doing really good. Not that I know anything about tractors, but I think I'm learning. He said that he's got fuel coming out over there. We have fuel over here. That means that there shouldn't be any more blockages, right? JJ, don't jump start the starter. It could take off and make a Chad pancake. Yikes. We don't want a Chad pancake. Now on to the fuel injector. Bleed. One hung low. John R. Back pressure on the fuel lines. Oh, I hate that, including drinking a mouthful of fuel. Yikes. Babe, do you need your chair back over there?
No, I'm just tightening up a line real quick. You can go grab that big wrench next to your mom, or on the ground by that tire.
This is exciting. Thank you guys so much for being here. We could not have done it without you. Nicholas, your comment was huge. Totally saved us. So exciting. All of your guys' other suggestions and comments and support and everything has been amazing. Thank you guys so much. Real mom life. He needs a good old massage and alignment after this starts. True. Stephen Brady. Rolls up sleeve. Okay, guys, what we got here, I see it's a tractor. Rolls back down sleeves and says, hey, man, I believe in you. You got this. Thank you. That sometimes is all you need. I seen a beautiful buck in the background. Time for dinner. Oh, I didn't.
Okay, we got fuel coming out of there yet? All right, so we've got air coming out here, guys, and the fuel's starting to come right now. So Deegan's over there pumping. Keep going, buddy. So as soon as we see no air bubbles coming out, I'm going to lock that one down, and then we'll do the upper reservoir. Keep pumping, bud.
Keith says, good, awesome. Real mom, is your fuel on?
Fuel's on. We're doing good.
Tanya, promising. Missy Moo, in 2 weeks, my wife and I are going.
All the way up, all the way down, D.
Oh, I can't do the same thing to mine, so this helps. Oh, that's awesome. I hope this does help. That sounds like fun. John R. says, you got it. Now start that thing. Keith Witt says, excellent. Woo!
Keep going, buddy. Keep going.
Ooh.
Air. We just need all the air to stop coming out, and we can tighten this down.
Crank this beach.